Hello, beautiful people of the world. Welcome back to the Happy Ideas Show. Here you can learn and flourish with the thoughts, ideas, and the stories of the lifestyle legend. I'm your host, Happy Bains here, CEO of the Lifestyle Legend Production Inc. Every episode, I invite the special dignified guests, the lifestyle legends, the yacht heroes, the everyday heroes. Do you know, according to research and study, time and time has shown that human beings have died or suffered more from stress and anxiety, not by working hard. Modern medicine seems to have a miracle for everyday lifestyle disease. Do you know that our supreme joy and happiness are associated with stress? When we calmly think about these two concepts, they seem to trigger our emotions. But today's modern lifestyle stress is more complex than the familiar episode of day-to-day lifestyle we see on social media and TV. Stress influences our children at schools, outdoors, and an adult in workplace. Stress also affects our daily performance as an adult, affecting our work, business, life, and relationship. So how to recognize this monster stress and how to overcome and make the stress a joy, not a pain. Let's hear the hidden secret and best remedies from our dignified special guest, Pascale Caron. Pascale Caron is the CEO and co-founder of Yunova Pharma, a neuro-nutrition laboratory based in Monaco. She holds dual degrees in computer science and business, which have equipped her with a unique blend of expertise in strategy, business, and IT. With over 20 years of experience in the IT sector at the both European and international level, Pascale is known for her strategic thinking and innovative approach. Her career took a significant turn after experiencing a severe burnout, which led her to leave her previous job and focus on addressing mental health issues. Inspired by her personal journey and supported by her husband, a doctor, she sought natural and effective alternatives to conventional antidepressants. This quest led to the founding of Yunova Pharma in 2020 alongside a Swiss doctor. The company specializes in natural food supplements designed to reduce stress, anxiety, chronic pain, and improve memory and concentration. Her leadership at Yunova Pharma emphasizes sustainable and inclusive practices. The company's products are made in France without preservative or nanoparticles, and packaging include barely to support accessibility. Moreover, Yunova Pharma donates a percentage of its turnover to the Brain Institute, reflecting Caron's commitment to societal impact. Additionally, Pascale Caron serves as a foreign trade advisor for French in Monaco, where she leverages her extensive experience to contribute to the development of French businesses abroad. Through her work, Caron aims to provide innovative solutions for mental health and neuroprotections, promoting a preventive approach to burnout and neurological disorder. Welcome, dear Pascale, to the Happy Idea Show.
Yeah, hello.
So,
So my question, because I have a question as well, before you ask the
yeah,
question to me. So where
yes,
did
please.
the Happy Ben show came from?
Well, the idea came from, it's a long story, but I'll tell you in short. In that, I have to send you my book. I'm a co-author of my book called Pathway to a Positive Mental Attitude. The idea came from, I was homeless twice. My mother committed suicide when I was 3.5 years old.
Wow.
And I've been told not to tell the world that she did what she did, but I was told to say that she was sick. And as a young boy, I didn't know, and I was keep telling for many years that she was sick. But I realized as a human that I should be not lying or telling the world. The courage and empowerment I got, I was homeless twice, and I slept on railway stations, on streets and all. But I was not hopeless. I had a hope to serve the world. I have the hope to find the ideas, strategy, resources to serve the world. I did not do begging, stealing, drugs, gangster lifestyle, said no to everything courageously, but I found the reason to serve. So serving globally was my passion, and the idea came from serving others with integrity, with passion, with love and care. that has made me travel over 26 countries and have many businesses till this age. So the idea was to serve others passionately. For many years, I didn't know where exactly I want to serve, but I served passionately. So I did more than 26 jobs. Many jobs fired me, and I fired them too, as well, not having the job. But I have several businesses in business consulting and all, specialize in lifestyle industry.
Okay.
So this is where my forte is. I believe each and everyone have their own philosophy and own lifestyle. And since I grew up from being homeless to where I am today with the grace of universe, I have achieved a lot of success, material, tangible and intangible. But most of my success I consider as intangible, like wonderful elite people like you who take time to connect, to flourish together.
For me, the networking and the connections are the best thing in life. It's where you become rich by connecting people.
Indeed, and here's my humble salute to you, Ms. Pascale. For my riches, I evaluate not only the tangible, which we need, like money is like an oxygen, yes, but my riches is the people who I know in the world, who have shaped and impacted my life, and I'm impacting my life while sharing the thoughts, ideas, and stories of lifestyle legends like yours.
Oh, thank you. I'm not quite sure I'm a legend, but at least I have a story to tell.
No, that's good. Yeah. So in short, yeah, I got an idea to serve people. I think we human on Mother Earth, we are born to serve each other. We need to find our passion, purpose, or goals. Some people achieve their passion, purpose, or goal in very young age, and some people they drift till their 60s and 70s. So that's that's the universal law. But my idea is to understand early age and to serve. That has given me enormous amount of courage and passion to help the lifestyle industry. And I believe lifestyle industry not only for wealthy people, everybody have their own lifestyle. We need to understand how we can portray our skills and talent to help the world so they are happy and we are happy and we are wealthy too.
Okay, great.
Great. So I will. I want to know that we'll get into the questions and all, and your profile, your incredible work, what you're doing. It's very phenomenal. I have a great interaction. We already did that. So we'll start with Pascale. Please, dear, tell us about your childhood story, your adversity and defeats, if you have one in the childhood, and how did you overcome with that and become so successful in your lifestyle you are today?
In fact, I had quite a streamlined child story. I didn't have anything to report about that. And the only thing that is interesting is that when I was, since the beginning of my childhood, I wanted to be a doctor. This was my dream passion. I wanted to cure people. This was my idea. And finally, I don't know why, but when I was, before I went to university, I was doing babysitting with a couple who were both doctors, and they started to tell me, "Oh, it's not like before. You should not go into that direction. You should do something else." And then I didn't know what to do, and my friends were going to computer science, and I decided to move to computer science.
Oh.
And I am quite stubborn, so I said when I start something, I finish it. So I completed my study as a computer engineer.
Okay.
And I started to work for Big Blue, IBM. And I realized it was not my style. It was not my kind of company I wanted to work for.
Okay.
I spent 4 years there, and finally I decided to join at the time a small company. We were 200, which was called Amadeus. It's a company in the tourism industry.
Nice.
I spent most of my career there managing computer developers, as well starting. I did an MBA in sales and marketing, and I decided to move to marketing side. And at that time, I wanted to create a new job in this company, and I created a role of pre-sales. And for that, I've run all over the world. We were 80 in more than one in 15 countries. And so I have traveled all around the world, around more than 100 flights per year during more than 10 years. So I really found at that time that the world was very small. And I was feeling myself like Wonder Woman. It was quite funny because at the time, to help people in my, in fact, to motivate people in my team, we were organizing every year an event. And during the event, I was disguised in Wonder Woman, so it was quite funny. I like that. And finally, what happened is that I met, unfortunately, a manager who started to harass me. He was a vice president, and this was 10 years ago. And he started to be really mean and to really harass me. And myself, I was thinking, okay, I am tough. I know how to manage that. I had a very good team, a wonderful team, and I wanted to help my team. And I said, okay, I will overcome. This is a challenge. I will overcome it. But unfortunately, you cannot overcome that kind of stuff because it's like, a disease. And and what happened is I was thinking, in fact, to help others, it's like in the plane. They always tell you to put your oxygen mask before helping others. And in fact, I helped all my team, and I forgot to put my oxygen mask. This is what happened to me. And I often say as well that I was like on the highway, full speed, and finally, after one point, I found a wall.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and I did a burnout. But there was multiple reasons, because we were in reorganization, but I'm not going to enter into the details. I did burnout, and at that time, my husband, and what you have to understand is my husband and my two kids, they are three of them are medical doctors. So they are all in this world where I was dreaming for when I was a kid. And so I decided to stop and to leave the company. My husband told me, stop, you have to stop that. You have spent enough years in this company, more than 20 years. Now it's time to find another challenge. Of course, at the beginning, when you stop like that, you feel empty. You feel that you will never discover your purpose. You say, okay, my purpose was this company. I was dreaming and living for it. What do I do now? And that's why I started to help startups. And I finally recovered 9 months after, helped by my husband, who is a medical doctor. And after 9 months, he told me, but why don't you create your own company? Why don't you create your own pharmaceutical, nutraceutical company? And I said, yes, why not? In fact, my purpose was to help others, a bit like you. And I understood that my purpose was really helping. And helping people not go into that burnout, or helping them not dive into that burnout, because it's really a dive, or helping people overcome chronic disease, chronic pain, was really my purpose. That's why he introduced me to a medical doctor who has multiple companies, one in Switzerland, and we decided to create together to create Yunova. Yunova was innovation for you.
Yay!
Voilà. So finally, I start to indirectly to cure people. Look at that.
Yes.
The dream of my childhood has become reality.
Wow, wonderful! What an inspiring, impactful life story you have, and you have changed not only yourself in that little challenging and overcoming that time, being burned out, and coming out of those dark tunnel into the bright new light, not only for yourself but for the people who are also suffering or who may suffer in future, to bringing in innovative ideas to help them towards your product and all, which we will ask in now later in discussion. So please tell us about your laboratory in Monaco, France, and what type of brain food you are specialized in about your products. So please tell us about that in your laboratory.
So initially, as I told you, I wanted to be a position on stress and anxiety, But finally, we realized that stress and anxiety is a second step, in fact, in all the diseases people have. So finally, we specialized first in pain management. People sometimes have chronic pain and they have no other solution. They have no real solution. Antalgic are finally, in fact, you can take them. You can tell them during a while, but at the end they don't make any effect. So we started with a molecule which is quite interesting, which is called PEA, palmitol ethanolamide. This one was in fact a Nobel Prize in 1991, but in Europe it is not really well known. And we created a formula based on that because it works on the receptors of the cannabinoid receptors. And what is interesting is that it's when you have an inflammation, your palmitolamide, which is in fact inside your body, is diminishing. And the idea is to put it back at the same level. And now that we have launched our product since more than 2 years, now I'm so happy when people are calling me and telling me, wow, it's incredible. It's the first, the ladies who have endometriosis telling me, it's the first time I can walk in the street the day of my periods. I find it so it's fabulous for me because I've helped those people. After you have more people that are more aged that have problems of pain as well, diabetes or over like that. So that's why this one was our first product. And of course, we put as well together anxiety products like Afron that help people in fact calm down, because when they have pain, they need as well, they have a lot of stress. So the stress was more a second step. In fact, we launched 10 products. We are quite ambitious. We launched 10 products on day one. So it took us 3 years to develop because we launched the company in 2020. It took us 3 years to develop, and then we have launched our products. And then you need to be people. They need to know that you exist. So this is quite interesting. We have launched as well a product for the brain anti-aging of the brain. In fact, we're specialized in the brain and the nerves. So everything which is around the brain and the nerves, it's us. And the aging of the brain is quite interesting because now we have people that have in their family their grandparents or their parents that have Alzheimer, and they are very afraid of getting the same. So we have created this product in order to prevent, in fact, the accumulation of beta amyloid proteins that are usually around the neurons. And to prevent this accumulation, you prevent from having neurodegenerative disease. So we have clinical trials, we have everything, but it's quite interesting to see that. Of course, we are not the magical product for Alzheimer. That's what I'm telling you. It's to prevent and to have a young brain.
Right, yay!
So this is the type of products we have. We have as well people who have glaucoma, which is in fact the nerve which is suffering in the eye. We have that kind of products. And now what is interesting is that doctors in Europe, and especially in France, we started in France and Monaco, doctors are prescribing.
Yes.
And after the patients, they are buying on our websites or in pharmacies.
Nice.
So since then, now we are in multiple countries. So we have started to be in countries in Europe and as well a little bit in North Africa as well. But we are looking forward to be distributed in other countries, of course.
Wow, fantastic. Congratulations on that remarkable achievement. Dear Pascale, you have achieved, and your openness to help other country people to navigate, to become distributors and so on. I hope my show will help to get into the platform and to the lifestyle industry areas that they can advance with their services and product too as well. Now, you talked about the clinical trials, and according to your years and decades of experience in this stress, inflammation, and aging industry you are in, and you personally say, according to you, what is the root cause of the stress and anxiety, if it is related or related? Yes,
So the
according to
stress, what you have to understand is that the stress is not bad.
okay,
Usually, when in the old when we were in the caverns and you
yeah,
had an animal that was coming and trying to eat you, the
yeah,
stress was helping you overcome that challenge. The
yes,
problem is that when the stress is chronical,
oh
when the
yes,
stress is becoming chronical, then your cortisol is skyrocketing. And when
ah.
your cortisol is skyrocketing, it's here that you have problems. And if it lasts for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, this is what happened to me. Because it lasts for 5 months, and at the end I could not sleep. Because in
Wow.
fact, the hormones of sleeping and the cortisol are antagonists, and then you're becoming you're becoming you're awake even during the night.
Yeah. Wow.
And
So this is one of the fundamental reason of the stress. Wow. So
yeah,
thanks for sharing. Now you deal mostly with the employee and employer. Is that right? To help them, right? And my question is, when you're helping, either there are two sectors. Usually, your product or services you're dealing either to help employees in the establishment or employer. I want to ask this two question, A and B. So A is the what is the root cause of the stress? You already explained that. How does it impact on employee at the workplace, the stress level?
now the thing is that when people are stressed, it's okay if it's for a short period of time. The problem is when you have this harassment. Sometimes managers, they don't really realize that they are harassing their team. So
Okay.
this is a big problem. That's why we are making with my one of my friend, Caroline Doctor. She's advocate. She's
Okay.
a lawyer. Caroline Jolie Bellucci. We are in fact making presentation and conferences explaining to companies that you need first to understand how the team works, and she's and help managers as well who are stressed as well, taking care of their team. And if everyone is conscious that the stress is a disease, then they will take care of each other. The problem is they are pushing the people, not really because they work too much. This is not necessarily that. It's sometimes with the words that are said, or the way the people are considered,
Yes.
that in fact the people can end up into a burnout. So that's
Okay.
why it's very important that everyone in the chain is
Yes.
aware so that they can prevent this burnout.
Lovely. Yeah. Thanks for explanation this in detail about the employment and the management aspect, that it can be CEO or it can be employee or any part of that. So it's a
Yeah.
chain reacted. So thanks for explaining that. Now, what are the main reason, according to you, what are the main reason of stress and negativity in the personal relationship have you seen and you have helped?
Sometimes when someone is stressed, he can be very aggressive. So when someone is coming to you with a very aggressive style,
Mm-hmm.
realize that it's not you who has a problem, it's them.
Ah, wow.
So you have to calm down. If you calm down, the person in front of you will calm down as well. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, it's a mirror.
Yeah.
It's a mirror effect. So sometimes when people they are yelling, I remember having opportunities with my customers who are like fuming, becoming right. And if you stay calm and finally overcome their stress and answer their question very kindly, they will realize themselves that their reaction is not correct. And
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes the problem is on the phone. People, you don't see the people. Myself, I'm very visual. On
Uh-huh.
the phone, it's a bit more difficult, but realize that those people have the problem, not you.
Mm-hmm. Ah, wow, that's a very intelligent explanation you give about the mirror. That when someone is stressed and overcoming on you, one has to be calmed down and not to react according to that and
Yeah,
become one of those. But
because otherwise it's got an
it
escalation and it
is
doesn't help.
so true. It's like you putting more salt on the wound, or maybe the fuel in the fire. So that's a wise thing. But now, in reality, sometimes, dear Pascal, there are still people who are negative. When we calm down, but many people take us granted to make us think that we are weak or not responding. But a lot of time, people still be negative and impose those dominating nature with that. So how do you tackle? What's your advice for that? How to stay away from that negativity, from that people who are very dominating and not cooperative?
If your boss is toxic, run away.
Wow. So true.
I didn't run. This was a bad idea. I didn't run. You can overcome 1, twice, 3 times, but after you have to take a decision.
Yes, so true. Yeah, very nice.
You cannot change people.
Wow, wonderful. So what are the new innovation and sustainability procedure you are taking in your laboratory to come up with the product and bring some ethical practices that it can help in advancing your product and all? What sustainable and innovative procedure you are taking in your laboratory?
Myself, in our company, I took sustainability from the beginning because I'm helping a lot of startups in the sustainability already. Yeah. And I'm delivering. I am part of a committee who is delivering price and labels for sustainability, so I know quite well what I'm talking about. Yes. First of all, I decided to give part of my benefits to associations, and one of them is the Association of the Brain Association in France. And what was very important to me is that my products should be accessible. That's why we have put braille on top of the products, or everything which is around all my. In fact, the people who are printing the boxes, the people who are in fact manufacturing the products, all of them, I choose them very carefully so that they follow what I was thinking of creating a company in the nutraceutical industry. So for me, this is built inside my organization. Wow. Now, Pascal, tell us that being a woman entrepreneur, how is it challenging or it's rewarding? So we have created an association which is called Monaco Women in Finance Institute. I used to call it Monaco Women in Finance and Tech. Because in fact we have 2 problems in the world. Is that the girls, they don't embrace that kind of, especially tech in France. Yes. Girls they don't embrace that kind of career, and I find it quite tough. So that's why we are making conferences. Interview as well women entrepreneur in tech, in finance, in other sectors to show role models. Because what I'm thinking is that it's important that there is no barrier. I embrace mixity. I don't like saying, okay, I want only women or only men. I want mixity. What for me, it's very important to mix men and women. And that's why in Monaco Women in Finance Institute, we are a think tank, and we are making conferences every month. And in our team, we have men and women. Yes. Wow. Fantastic. This is a great cause you're doing. And when you were asking me in the beginning the question, what was the idea behind? Since childhood, this is what I've been doing, youth and women empowerment, to empower young adults and women especially, that to find the voice, to find the courage, to not to fight in a negative way, to fight and stand for their rights where they belong, in any country, culture, or any religious. So stand for their rights so that they can live the way, the lifestyle they wanted to live, and create the philosophy, and not to be worried about that. So you're doing wonderful, and here is my solution. And we could find opportunities to make I don't know, partnership or whatever to show in our association. We are really we don't earn money at all, and our idea is really to help people, to help women embracing the economy, understand that they are here because there is a reason, and not put barriers and have the syndrome of the imposter syndrome, because they should not.
Fantastic. That's good. I want to still touch base on the same question that every girl and every woman have the rights and potential, but why it is so hard in the modern time to overcome that barrier and not to stand for their voice and pursue those lifestyle legacy. So what's the barrier? What's the hardest part they are facing?
You know, one of the hardest barrier I had, you're gonna be surprised, it's women
Oh, wow.
themselves. Yeah, because I have encountered a lot of queen bees.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the queen bees are the ones that have success, had a
Yeah.
success at very high level, but they have suffered so much that they don't understand why a young lady coming is
Yeah.
gonna not suffer in order to have to come to the same level. And it happened
Yeah.
to me quite a lot, so it's interesting. I think that this is becoming less and less true, but there
Yeah.
are still people like that, especially at very high level. Because myself, when you are still not achieving the glass ceiling, there is no problem. It's when you
Okay.
are at very, very high level that the problem arises.
Wow, fantastic. Now, thanks for sharing this enlightenment towards the woman empowerment and as well opportunity for every gender, in fact, and what are the barriers, especially you talked about it. Now, let's talk a little about the Monaco, the greatest place in the world. Fantastic. Monaco being known for one of the not only the financial and the greatest place in the world, but the yachting industry, the world's
Yes.
most elite and famous yachting industry in Monaco is. How does your product or services helping the yacht heroes and to help the movers and shaker of the yachting industry if your product or
At the
services?
moment, I'm not helping the yachting industry. I can help individually people if they have problems of pain
Help.
or
Yeah.
stress. But we in the Monaco Women in Finance Institute, we have every year at the time of the yacht show, we are making a conference on the
Yes.
blue economy, the ocean
Yeah.
economy, on in fact realizing that being sustainable, it's not only good for
Yes.
the planet, but it's good for your business. So
True.
all of that. So we are financed by banks, and banks are
Okay.
coming and then they are explaining all of that to the people. So it's usually at the time of a yachting. But this year we have decided to work on to present something different.
Yes.
It's on the influencers. What we wanted is to show how influencers are impacting economy. So
Okay.
that's why we are making our next conference is on that topic.
Oh, fantastic. Now, according to you, what does Monaco lifestyle mean to you? If you can explain.
You know, Monaco, you can live very glamorously, or you can live normally. Myself, I live normally.
Fantastic.
And and I prefer the normal lifestyle, to be honest, because it can be fun for a while. Having during summer, you always have glamorous people coming, and
Yeah.
but it's not real life. It's a fake life. It's
Uh-huh.
the one of the magazines, and so you. It's interesting to go sometimes in some restaurants or to the nice places in the casino and see those people and the beautiful cars and everything.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's good to have a normal life. What I
Yeah.
like in Monaco is that it's very secure. This is what I
Nice.
like the most in Monaco. Because one day I forgot to close my door in my apartment, and I
Yeah.
never had any problem with that. You see, you
Wow.
can leave the door of a car open, there is no problem. But
Fantastic.
one day I remember, it's a funny story. My
Uh-huh.
husband could not find his car. And
Oh,
so
wow.
he called the police and said, "Oh, probably my car has been stolen."
Yeah.
And the guy and the policeman said, "No, no worry, no car is stolen in Monaco." And finally, he put the car in a different place, and we could find it out.
Not
So
in Monaco.
I would say the Monaco lifestyle, very secure.
Nice.
In fact, people are nice, and you have two types of people. You have the influencers and the glamorous people, and you have the normal ones.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thanks for sharing this insight. And a lot of people may not have the good insight, but you being a citizen there and proud citizen and sharing the wonderful insight, being humble and save time telling about the good features and benefits of Monaco. And yeah, it's very delightful. It's one of my favorite country to work and live and to help.
So
And
you're gonna come in September for the your show. That's what you told
yeah,
me.
the Monaco Yacht Show. Yeah, we are planning. I have my already pending lot of interviews and shows, and I have to first fulfill the promises of people around the world. I have documented a lot of documentaries in Cannes this spring in Italy. So
Yeah.
we are preparing and we are editing all those things. So once the commitment is done, definitely we are approaching to that. I will keep you in the loop, and I will do
Yes,
my
we can.
best. If I can come, we'll
Welcome.
definitely meet and say hello. Now, thanks for sharing for this thing. Now, one of your secret is about your beauty and health at this age, and I don't want to know your age and never ask a woman's age. I know, but I will ask you one thing: that what to eat to build the resilience and how to look greater and younger and as in a growing physical age. So, what are the secrets for being young and energetic, according to you?
There is two things. First, you need to practice sport. Sport is
Okay,
absolutely important. This has to be
nice.
your daily life. Sport is absolutely important to keep. It's not only to feel young, but to keep your brain young. Because
True.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
what is the most important? When I realized when I had this burnout, in fact, I could not connect to my brain more than 2 hours a day because I could
Oh,
not sleep during 5 months, and I realized how important my brain is. I've always been very scientific, and for me, being able to understand and everything, it was very important. So
okay.
sport is absolutely crucial, as well as food.
Fantastic.
What you put in your body is absolutely important. It's
Mhm.
not only what you put on your face to look younger; it's as well inside. Inside is
Inside.
absolutely important. And
Wow.
sometimes people they eat comfort food because they believe that they're gonna be better. But no, what you have to understand is that with the scientific advances
Yeah.
in the brain and in in, um, in mental health, we
Mental.
realize that food is absolutely crucial. And
Yes.
and sometimes, for example, this comfort food, you can eat pizzas and pastas with a lot of
Yeah.
cheese and everything, thinking you're gonna feel better. At the beginning, you feel better, but later you
Right.
feel worse.
True.
So
Very
you
true.
have to be very careful in what you eat, and be in order to be to feel better and to have energy.
Fantastic. Very beautifully said. And I am very delighted with your wise wisdom. The way you said it's not what you put on your face, but what you put inside. And especially for our mental chewing diet too as well. So please tell us, as you know that I'm not aware of that in your area in Monaco, France area, but you travel all around the world. As you see a lot of obesity and heart diseases are there. So what are the challenges they face? What are the main causes that for the obesities and heart disease? And what type of food would you recommend or your specific your products that will really help to advance their healthy lifestyle?
There is a problem of obesity now in Europe,
Yeah.
and I would say that it was not common 10 or 15 years ago. I know it's becoming
True.
more and more important. And this is coming from the processed food. And
Okay.
yeah, the family they need to learn how to cook. They learn
Yes.
again how to cook,
Cook.
and
Yeah.
in fact not to take processed food for granted, because there is a
True.
lot of salt in it. And in fact sometimes it doesn't cost so much to
Yeah.
to buy normal products and to cook them. So the
So
thing is,
true.
people they don't take the time. They are on social media. They are on the television. They eat in front of the television. Eating again around the table, talk to
Yeah.
each other, um,
So true.
eat normally, spend the time to eat, because you have to understand that if you eat very quickly, your organism does not have time to understand that you have eaten. So you eat, and then you eat more and more. So
Uh,
eat calmly. Don't eat in front of media. talk to your family,
Yes.
and in fact things will come down. But I think this is a problem of
Yeah.
public health. And at my level, I cannot do a lot. I can only talk and express myself in LinkedIn or in social media.
Yeah.
But people, they need to. It has to be
So true.
taken as well at the level of the state, and
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
why there is a lot of communication at the moment with the Olympics.
Yes.
The fact that to help people move as well, because kids are moving less and less. They are in front of their telephone, and they don't go really making sport. Sport
Yeah.
and food, this is what I told you before, are super important to age well, but as well at the beginning of your life.
So true, so true. Thanks for sharing this wonderful insight, dear Pascal. And that now you talked about the obesity and the major cause in the social media. If we can well put it in the way to cultivate and educate ourselves, which in the line of the field that can be good. But while eating habit, as you said, it's really drastically and very significant that when we are consuming our daily meals, which we hardly earn, smartly earn, and if we cannot even give a few moments to chew and realize the taste of the food in front of our beloved one, or even by eating alone, if you are, that not attaching to the media, as you said, eating and watching TV and a phone, which is distracting. We work day and night for what? For the healthy meal and lifestyle. And then when we get a time, still we are distracted. So wonderfully you addressed that. It's so significant. I hope this message can get straight to the people who are lacking this information. And that's what you're doing this for, empowering people. Thanks so much. Now, you talked about the connection in your last question that how important is while eating, even communicating with your beloved one. And according to you, you have seen a lot of world in and out and all. So, what is the power of conditional love or unconditional love? According to you, what is the power? What are the foundation of a happy lifestyle in relationship?
Foundation of happy lifestyle. Ha ha ha. Good question. Myself, I was very lucky. I was very lucky because I met my husband when I was 24, and we are still
Nice.
together. So,
Wow.
and he's my foundation. He's my foundation, and we have two really wonderful boys who have made studies, and we are very proud of them. I think
Lovely.
for me, my foundation is my husband, and
Nice.
he is my way of becoming happy. And
Wow.
of course, it's not always. Sometimes there are some clouds, no worries.
So true.
But it's
So true.
in fact having stability in your family is super important. I know
Yes.
that those days it's not the case for everybody, and I'm quite rare.
Yes.
but
Yes.
um, but I think that believing in yourself, believing in your companion, and having an equilibrated lifestyle,
True.
practicing sport,
Yeah.
and eating well, it's a good basis already.
This is so simple, and I know it is easy to do and easy not to do, as we say that. And
Yeah,
what a fantastic thing you said that the foundation is our beloved one. Lucky are those who have beloved one, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, family, siblings, and all. As I told you in my early story that I was homeless and I was parentless, and I value those things that people who
yeah,
have beloved one, and how important is that to have our beloved one in our life, which we take granted in the modern world. At the end, when we are sick, the first thing we seek help, help from our beloved one. And that is the time we realize that how important is the human connection, which we don't use
yeah.
it and we take granted for that. Now,
And
please tell us.
as
Yes.
I told you, only to conclude, for me, the richness, as I told you, is not properties; it's the connections, it's the
True.
people,
Yes.
and as well all the association I've been working on, the connections I've done with startups, with in fact our events. This is how rich I am. In fact, it's
Wow. So true. Wonderfully said that how rich you are with the connection and resources you have with the human connection. Now I will have a two question more in this, and then in what are the advice for the young women who want to start a startup company, something similar like your field in nutrition or even any other field, what are the basic things that is essential and important to remember when a woman want to be an entrepreneur?
I think if they have an idea, they need to pursue their dreams. The thing is, what I would say is that starting from the beginning after school, it depends. You find a good associate, an association is a really
Hmm?
sometimes it could be a problem. It's better to be two because being alone it's a bit difficult.
Hmm.
If you have a dream, pursue your dream. If you believe, I think it's nice to have a little bit of experience before starting your company. Having
Yes.
an experience in a big company or in a medium one is always better because then you see problems, because you can have an idea which is disrupting the industry you are on. Fair enough,
True.
but after having this idea and this disruptive idea, you need to follow, and you need to manage the company. You need to understand better finance. You need to be good in using computers and everything. So
True.
having a little bit of experience to
Yes.
start with is better than starting from scratch and saying, okay, I know everything. Nobody has to tell me what I have to do.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I found those very young startups, and at the
Yes.
end that are crashing down
Going down.
because they
They don't.
don't know how to manage their team. Even if they raise a lot of money, at the time of the day they don't know how to manage their team. They don't know how to motivate their team. So having a
Yes.
little bit of experience of management motivation is always
Yes.
good. Because what you
Wow.
have to understand is when you create a company, your team
Yes.
is your richness, it's your fuel. And
True.
I know that some creators of startups, they have the idea and they have difficulties to delegate. But they
Yes.
need to delegate, they need to trust their colleagues. They have
So true.
hired them, they need to trust them. And they need to be very careful with them. And there are a lot of burnouts in startup world as well. It's not only in big
Yes.
companies. So
Wow.
that's why you need to be a bit careful with the people you manage, because you're managing
So
brains and
yeah.
and human people. And so that's why I say, if you're very young, you're leaving school, you want to create your own
Yes.
company, why not?
Yes.
You could probably succeed, but having a
Yeah.
little bit of experience doesn't harm.
Doesn't help. Yeah. And if they can't find that another path and all, so definitely they can listen to this show and connect with you so that you can help them to
Why not?
create the startup, because you're an expert in that too as well. Great. Okay, dear Pascal. Now we have done this first round, all that. Now the second round we call Make the World Happy round, Make the World Superhero round. So your short, sweet, humorous, and intelligent answers are welcome. So are you ready for that? It's a rapid fire
I
question.
hope I hope I will answer correctly.
Yeah, it's not correct or wrong. It's just your own ideas and opinion too. Okay, so what does lifestyle mean to you?
In lifestyle, there is life, and life
Okay.
is everything.
Wow, what a great and impactful answer. Lovely. Okay, what does happiness mean to you?
Um, happiness is it's where it's my purpose.
Okay, that's your purpose. Fantastic. Now, if you believe in failure, I'm not sure, but what does failure mean to you?
It's a way to learn.
Is the way to learn. Wow, wonderful.
And
Being a
happiness, in fact, we are not in a pink world with little I don't know, flowers
rainbow
everywhere.
and
You
unicorns.
fail. Myself, I failed many times, but
Yes.
failure is a way to learn.
Fantastic. Failure is the way to learn. And we are learning here by sharing thoughts, ideas, and story of the lifestyle legend, Pascal here. Great. Thanks. Now, next, being a woman, what makes you happier? Self recognizing yourself or self love?
No, I don't have self-love. I love people. So,
No, that's good. You love people person. That's why
in
you are
fact,
here.
the best thing for me is to give. When I give,
Okay.
when I give, and it's a reward when people are happy. That's why I'm with my products. I'm giving people a way to cure themselves and to have a better quality of life. This is what I like.
Wow, fantastic. Serving others fantastically. Now, what is that one thing that the world doesn't know about you? Or many things, but one thing.
Oh, there are many things. When I was young, I was playing theater. I'm a fond of theater.
Oh, wow. Fun of theater. So we will learn and exercise maybe in our next show about the artistic work. Okay. Okay, Pascal. Now, in this question, you have to choose one. Okay. You have to choose one. What do you like more? What do you like most in your life? Love, sex, money, or fame?
Love,
Aha. Why? Why do you love? Why do you choose love?
because I love my husband.
Wow, lovely. What a great answer. Now, tell me, do you believe in working harder, smarter, or faster?
Smarter.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, according to you, what is most powerful? A thought, an idea, or a story?
A story.
Ah, wonderful. Why?
I'm a fond of storytelling.
Ah, here you
I
are.
believe that we should, especially when we talk about our company, we need to explain the storytelling. This is a right way to embark people emotionally.
Yes, and we are here, same thing we are doing together here. So this is my theme of my show is thoughts, ideas, and the stories of the lifestyle legend. And you are the lifestyle
Yeah.
legend, you're sharing your story, and everybody is legend until unless they discover it. Thank you. So next, okay, what one thing that among the other things, one of the most things that someone should avoid in starting a new startup company.
As I told you, when starting a new company, you need to have to be at least two, and it's not only interesting to have an idea. You need as well to market it.
True.
I remember. In fact, a few months ago, I have created a conference around sport, and
Okay.
a few startups were coming in sport and technology. And
Okay.
one of them was a company. In fact, he was an engineer who had
Uh-huh.
created asymmetric pedaliers.
Hmm.
And with his pedaliers, he has won 5 Tour de France. But
Okay.
unfortunately, his company has collapsed because he was against I am not going to name anyone, a very high competitor. And
Yeah.
he told me something is that it's not only interesting to have the best idea of the world, if you're not able to market it, even if you win Tour de France with it,
Yeah.
you could collapse as well.
Wonderfully said that. Yeah, thoughts, ideas, and stories. So if we have idea, not put it into action is garbage. It's just daydreaming.
Yeah.
Without taking action on the ideas, it's just hoping and wishing, and it's never come true. So very well said that. Now let's talk about the idea. So how do you navigate brand new ideas? How do you champion new ideas?
How to champion your ideas. Myself, I like very much challenge, and I like very much innovation. This is
Okay.
I was in the innovation before,
Yeah.
and when I work with startups, what I like is to nurture the idea. Sometimes they have an idea, and but they are not finalized completely.
Yeah.
And my role is probably to help them finalize this idea to make it become true.
So true.
And my brain is working in such a way that when I see, I add on it. You see, it's a bit of a way of helping them climbing the mountain.
Wow. Helping like a climbing the mountain. Wonderful. So according to you, what is the quality of a healthy and happy person?
The quality,
Yeah. Healthy and happy person. I'm not talking about wealthy here. Healthy and happy. What is the quality according to you? How do you define a person is healthy and happy?
they love life.
Okay. Wow.
Mm,
Fantastic.
Voilà.
So that's a great love life. Yeah. So what are the top three things you take when you leave your home every day?
My
What are the
keys,
top three things with you when you leave your home?
my
You would like
keys,
to.
my keys, my purse, and my phone.
Woo! Yay! That's a wonderful thing. What is the best lifestyle advice you have ever received?
Make sport.
Experts, yeah. What is the worst lifestyle advice you have received?
I don't think I have received bad lifestyle advice.
Because people may be little scared and afraid to come close to you because you're such a profound CEO and an entrepreneur. Maybe people have a different image that be very formal or friendly to in front of you. Okay, according to you, Pascal, do you agree that someone should choose the spouse more intelligent than them?
But it depends. If you fall in love with her, we should decide to live with her. More intelligent or less intelligent, this is not a problem. This is we need
Okay.
to fall in love.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Now, here's a question for you, specifically being a woman. Okay, never say that specific word or a sentence when a woman is angry.
Which word?
Any word. What? So, being a woman, because you travel around the world, like family and clients and all, what is the specific word or sentence that you don't like to listen when you are not in a good mood?
Why are you in a bad mood?
Why are you in the bad mood? Oh my God. Wonderful. Okay, now I'll do the other way around. Okay, this is the imagination question. Okay, Pascal, this is the imagination question. Imagine you believe in universe or God. Okay, so imagine if universe or God makes you a man for a day. What will you do more of and less of?
I never thought about that.
Let's think now.
Yeah. If I was a man for a day, I will probably help women.
Wonderful. You see, doesn't matter man or woman, tail or heads, day or night, yin and yang. You're such a wonderful, beautiful soul that you still pursue serving others. So this is a very fantastic and incredible lifestyle attributes you have. I want to say that. Okay, now this is the imagination question, but in reality, as you did that, imagine if you would be the host of this show and I would be the guest of the show, what question you would have asked me?
What is your definition of happiness?
Definition of happiness. This is a very beautiful question. Thanks for asking. For me, I have a several way of definition. It can be many dozens or hundred. One of the simplest way of the happiness is we have happiness already inbuilt in us. We all need to know what makes us happy and unhappy. So one of my quotes usually say, don't confuse the world with your ask. If you know your ask, you will never confuse the world. Because we, most of the time, we don't know what we want, when we want, why we want. So we are confusing ourselves and confusing the world, and that's where it brings the unhappiness. But once we are clear with our ask, our purpose, our goal, our mission, direction, and path, we are in fully abundance of happiness. And happiness is inbuilt. Everyone have happiness inbuilt. We need to just portray our skills, talent, and services. And here we are, the definition of happiness. To serve others. To serve others is my happiness. To create the lifestyle legendary story, to help others like yours, that is my happiness. So I'm in happiest moment. And just to tell you in another way what happiness means to you is, do you know the population of the world? I don't know, it's 7 or 8 billion right now. The most important thing right now for me is I am talking to a wonderful soul, you. This is my happiness. I hope I answered your way.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, so we two more questions and we wrap up the show. Now, what is your favorite word or a quote that you liked in your life?
Favorite word?
Your favorite word or a quote?
The quote is in French, so I'm going to translate it in English. You realize you have two lives. You realize it's the second time that you realize that you have only one. I don't know. I have to find this quote again. But it's you have two lives, and your second life is when you realize that you have only one.
Wow. This is so beautiful. I think this should be a title of my show. And definitely I will ask you in the French.
Yeah, with your experiences, I think you realized it very early.
Yeah, definitely. Now, please tell us, what is your message to the world?
To the world. Wow, it's it's a lot. I would say integration and take care of yourself, and
Yes.
you will take care of others. Think of
Wow.
yourself first, and you will take care of others.
So wonderfully said. Thank you so much for this very delightful, very spiritual, intellectual, and smart answer. Thanks so much. Now, Pascale, tell us, how did you like this Happy Idea show?
Oh, it was really great. It was very nice to talk to you, and we didn't know each other, but now we know. And if you come to Monaco, come and we will have a coffee together, and I will present you the team who is doing this Monaco Women in Finance. You will see we are quite tough women and very and we like connecting people. So
true, Gary. As I said earlier, that I do youth and women empowerment. I do personal and lifestyle advancement and development coaching, seminar and workshops. I do that. So maybe if we can connect, I will share my 20 plus year of experience in helping the young adults or even professionals for career and lifestyle advancement. That's what I do for mental health and personal development.
Yeah, we could connect with our association, because sometimes you can make bridges and
sure.
end up with the same goal towards the same goal.
Fantastic. In short, now I have a request to you. How would you say that? How did you like Happy Idea show this in France? In France, can you say it, please, in your language?
C'était génial.
Thank you so much for all your precious time, your valuable ideas, thoughts, ideas, and stories. I'm very delighted, and so does I believe that our audience who are listening or watching will be excited and delighted too. This is a remarkable time of the life that we need more love, care, information, and ideas. I think the biggest and the best gift in our life is the exchange of knowledge. That's what we have exchanged here, so that the other can flourish with our thoughts, ideas, and story. So I'm very grateful today. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time. Soon we will meet and we'll do something together to help the world, to promote the world in a more healthier and happier way, the way you are, and be reflected in your pleasing personality. Thank you so much for coming on the show.